Hey guys, this is Vanderson from MadLabVFX here. We've officially hit 1000 subscribers. Let's keep creating and growing together. Today guys, we are going to create this crown procedural modeling. Let's start understanding how to create this procedural modeling from scratch, understand some techniques in Houdini. Let's go. That's our Houdini file. That's the result of the modeling. Let's dive inside the crown procedural. The file is organized. Let's see from the beginning. This is the base. That's the result of the base. Just a ribbon, a circle ribbon. That's the gold base. That's the spheres, gold spheres. Let's see how I created that network. I create a circle, poly extrude that circle, match size to align with the ground. Add a pick node here and create the first checkpoint, the base crown. From that, from here, from the circle, I just sweep the circle and create a reference, a checkpoint for Total's hair. Here you can see in the render, that's the Total's for the base of the crown. After the match size, we pick the node, the checkpoint of the base of the crown, and copy some spheres to that base. That's are the gold base spheres. Let's see the rendering, like these spheres here. From the match size, we extract some borders here, make sweep, fuse the nodes, poly extrude, poly bevel a little bit, and reverse. That's the border base. From the rendering you can see here, that's the base of the gold spheres here. Let's pause it a little bit. Like that ribbon here to support the spheres. From that I translate a little bit in Y, poly extrude, and reverse the node. That's the main base here. You can see all the structure here that support the gold spheres and the gems. Before see the gems construction, that's the result of the gems. Let's see the geometry itself before the details. In the render here, let's start to see the construction of the geometry base, like this deformed shape here, and the top sphere and the cross. The cross top, the result is here. That's the result of the cross top. Let's see from the beginning. Create a little grid, create a circle, clip the grid, transform the circle, and make a boolean. We just need that shape here. Make a mirror, rotate 90 degrees, and merge to create that cross. Extract the silhouette, fast, delete some attributes, convert line, make a sweep, sweep square, and make a poly bevel here. From that we fuse that geometry here, divide, poly extrude, match size, and merge with the ribbon here. That's the base. Normal, apply a normal node, some translation here, and match size here. There's an object here, this detail. This small detail here, you can see in the rendering, like this pin here to support that part. Merge together and mirror, you can see the pin from the both sides. Merge again with some spheres and create that little bell here. Mirror that bell, and you can see that side here. Aligning, match sides. Let's see here, mirror. copy 2 points. Actually create here just like 4 points to scatter these gems here. Merge all together. For the gems, that's the big gem. You can see here. Let's see from the checkpoint here. Gems base. To create a small gem, just a box, poly bevel, first step, match size, make a color and group. That's the big gem. Here just small gems, spheres, copy 2 points, match size, color and merge. That's the first level of gems. Let's go back here to crosstop and see the result here. That's the result of just of the gems of the cross and merge together with the geometry. That's the first complete detail. Let's see the next detail, the gold sphere top. That detail here. That's the result in the geometry. Let's see the construction. Create a circle, clip that circle, convert line, sort some points by rest length just to delete that horizontal line here. Convert line and merge with the translation circle here, just to give that shape. And copy some spheres to that spline. Here you can create a sweep just to make a ribbon, poly extrude and bevel, and merge with the big sphere here. After that we merge together with these big spheres, gold spheres. That's the result of a sphere top. Now let's see other detail. Let's see this deformed shape here, how I create that. I think is this detail here. Yes. Let's see from the beginning. I just imported the circle base. Just keep the corner points. Apply some vex here. That vex is just for normals and up vector, normal and up, and I create just a simple curve node, polygon curve, resample to make subdivisions, transform a little bit, rotation 90 degrees in one Y direction, copy 2 points, that's the line base, create a sweep, extract the borders, convert line, create some measure modification here, remove that horizontal lines, fuse, convert line here, delete some attributes we don't need. From that we just resample and copy some spheres to that lines. Just the spheres, gold spheres here. Following the ribbon, normalize. Let's see other step here, a sweep, pick node to inflate, poly extrude, poly bevel, and reverse the normals. From that sweep here, we just create a pick, poly extrude, and reverse. That's the result of the merge node. And here the result of the gems. Let's see the gems position in regards to that surface here. That's the second step, the gem stop. Let's see from the beginning. Create a line, translate that line here. Just copy to make a cross. Just keep the points using add, fuse, and copy some spheres to that points. Second step, create a grid, polybevel the corners, polyextrude, polyextrude with inset, polyextrude the bottom, match size to align, mirror in the Y direction, create another polybevel, and that's it. Other gems is a grid, polybevel again the corners with a small radius, polyextrude, fuse, polyextrude again, match size and mirror in Y direction with another polybevel, and merge these together. That's the gem. And import here that line, checkpoint. Just carve a little bit to avoid the instance of the gems here from the top and the bottom. Make a sweep. Resample that lines here. And array that lines from that sweep surface here. And transfer the attributes. Actually, we need just the transfer, I think the normals. I think yes, the normals. Just keep the points. Apply our VFX here just to create a random gem to instance for each line. And copy to that position that gems here. We have 3 different gems here. These 5 gems, spheres, that box gem and another box gem here with a small corner. Using this VFX script here, you can change the instance. We can change the type of instance for the copy points. And that's the gems of the top shape. That gem here that follow the surface. Now let's see how I create this structure here inside. I think is that top gold crown. Let's see. No, I think the base detail. Yes, it's a little bit different. Let's see from the beginning. Import the circle base. Let's disable this inner cloth, polyextrude. Resample that spline, rotate a little bit, copy some spheres and make a boolean. Let's just move down these spheres here, like this. Reverse, polyextrude, fuse, normalize, create some VFX to make this deformer, side deformer here, that's at that angle. Merge together with the surface. And that's the crown detail. This detail inside. Now let's see how I create this base detail. Now let's see how I create the base. I think the base is here. James base. Here's the James. Yes. Just import the circles. Apply some. Create some normals here. VFX normal. Delete few points. Instead of keep all the points, we need to remove some points here. Import the base crown, normalize, just attribute transfer the normals, pick that node by the normals, and create ID by the PT-none in the VFX here. Here in the gems structure, just a box with some bevel, match size to align with the word. Make the color and create some group. Here we have a sphere, a circle and copy 2 points. Match the size, make the color and merge with the square gem here. make normals and adjust the scale and rotation. And copy 2 points here. That's the gems of the base with these spheres and square gems, like in the render here, and make some variation in the color in the shader. Using this wax to make the variation of the colors. Now the last part is the base, fur base, Turtle's fur base. Let's see how I create that. For the Turtle's hair, just import the Turtles, match the size. The first step here, just make a hair gen. Convert the skin here, that's the skin, to VDB. To apply this guide process, it makes some variation in the length. We can resample the points here, the hair points, just to make more points. And we need to create a bounding box of the torus just to make the velocity curves of the fur. Create a points from volume and create a VOP noise for the velocity here. Let's see the velocity. That's the velocity. We can see anything. Let's reduce the length of the vector here, like this. Just make the velocity direction in random direction and create a volume rasterize from that, just to make the guided vector, to make the hair displace in regards to velocity direction here, without velocity, with velocity direction. We can delete all the attributes here. And to apply to the fur to the torus, you just need to use this node here, guide skin lookup attribute, just to look up where each hair spline is attached to the geometry. And you can resample this node and create a hair gen node. That's the hair gen node. You can create some guide process here. Select the length variation. Use some freeze. You can resample again this hair gen, make the color, and cache that fur here. Create some color mask here using VOPs. Now let's see how I create the shaders and render for that crown. For the rendering, I create a loop network. Let's dive inside. First, I import the crown gel, which is just a geometry combined. A crown fur, just the base here of the fur. And I create a cushion. Let's see how I create this cushion here. For the cushion, I create just a grid. Resample that grid to divide the edges, and for each point I merge some centroid point here from the beginning to origin, create a line from that point, from the center to the point in the edge, resample again that inside point, and create some wax here just to lift the points, just to lift the curve like a parabola. And merge all the result and create a skin from that geometry, from that lines. Make a UV from the Y position. Fuse that point, smooth a little bit. Clean up, match the size to align with the word. In the mirror in the Y direction. Fuse that point and subdivide. Create just a small noise in the position and align the match size again. Create some smooth, and that's the result of the cushion. Now let's see that shader. I just I just move the cushion down a little bit and merge the three together. The crown geometry, then fur and the cushion. Let's dive inside the materials. Let's see the materials I used. I think all the materials, that material I'm not using. We can delete that. The gold material, I just create a maximum noise with type FBM in noise. Make a ramp here and apply that ramp to the reflection roughness. For the color, just like a yellowish color. And that's it, just don't need any displacement. For the fur, I just create a standard material here. Like a gray color. For the gems, I using the particle attribute lookup just to get and apply this to the color base and apply this to the refraction color. The fur total is just a standard material. The cushion, just a diffuse color, diffuse texture with some color correction, some roughness and some normals here. That file are included in the project. I just apply all the shaders. Let's outfill the materials and assign the materials for each object. I apply the gold to the gold piece, fur to the crown fur, and that's it. Apply some camera here, just a simple animation. Actually, the rotation is here. The rotation of the scene. Apply a dome light. And let's see the result of the rendering. That's the result of the look dive, the result of the crown rendering. That's it, guys. If you like the content of this channel, you can like and subscribe for more Houdini and VFX tutorials. If you like this crown, you can get the file at Gumroad. The link is in the description. Thank you, guys. See you at my next video.